It's a clear day at the airport. Big Jet 007 is on the downwind leg for their approach to the runway. After descending to 5,000 feet, the pilots are instructed to reduce their speed. They are also told there is a shortcut available, and accept it. A little while later, they establish contact with the tower controller. He tells them to continue their approach, but the pilot monitoring is unsure. They are now approaching 1,000 feet above ground level, and they are still a bit fast as well as high on profile. The pilot flying thinks they will be stable, but when they are approaching 500 feet above ground level, they are still fast and high on profile. The pilot monitoring orders a go-around. After notifying the tower, Big Jet 007 is vectored for a second approach, requiring significant additional track miles and a lot of extra fuel. So how do we avoid this? Pilots, when planning deceleration on approach profile, energy management is vital. Never rush the approach, and don't accept shortcuts to the final approach path if there is any doubt that you will meet the stabilized approach criteria. If you do not meet the stabilized approach criteria at the required stages of the final approach profile, do not continue to land. When it comes to a stabilized approach, the role of the pilot monitoring is equally as important as the role of the pilot flying. Controllers. Unforeseen tailwind may make an unstable approach more likely. Use conservative vectoring onto final approach path, particularly when the traffic workload is low. When vectored for final approach, advise track miles to run when appropriate. It helps pilots to know the remaining track miles to touchdown in order to manage their approach path. If there is any doubt that height and speed are not in line with the correct interception of the final approach path, raise awareness with the pilots. Take reported tailwind into account when vectoring, and inform pilots about the mean wind as well as any significant changes. Be prepared for required separation due to a go-around at any point during the approach. Learn more about the stabilized approach on SKYclip.